Hello, my name is Cordell Chang. Many of you recognize me as the leading expert in cellular organelles and fashion. And today I'll explain why you, the voter, ought to vote for lysosomes in the upcoming 2016 organelle war election. It would be extremely hard for me to describe lysosomes' beauty and elegance in words, and especially in under 5 minutes, which is that time limit, by the way. And so I will try to express it through a picture, because as they say, a picture contains 1,000 words. So here's a picture of a lysosome. Right off the bat, you can see its elegant curved lines, its striking placement of the dot. It truly rivals any piece of modern art. You can see its beauty in its full manifestation here. Its simplicity, its elegance. So this line represents the biomembrane, and this dots represent the many digestive enzymes lysosomes have. Many people try to see its simplicity and try to demerit it. They say it's just a bag of biomembrane that contains many digestive enzymes. So what's so good about it? It's so simple. But no, you're dead wrong. Lysosomes, they have so many different functions. You couldn't go a day without lysosomes. One extremely important function of lysosomes is breaking down macromolecules. So let's say you eat a piece of bread and you get energy for it. It seems simple, like every mundane, but there is extremely important lysosome process happening. Like that bread gives you starch, and you can't use starch for to produce ATP. Mitochondria needs glucose. So where does that mitochondria get the glucose? It's from lysosomes. Lysosomes, with their many digestive enzymes, break up that starch into glucose, which can then be used in processes. And it's not just starch to glucose. Lysosomes can also break down macromolecules into amino acids, like nucleic acids, which can be used in so many different functions. Besides macromolecules, those aforementioned organelles, like mitochondria, in addition, Golgi apparatus, like any other, they eventually grow old and stop working. So what do you do with those old, worn-out organelles that are just sitting there? If they're just sitting there, what's the purpose of having a high surface area to volume ratio? They're just wasting that volume. So what are you going to do with them? Well, lysosomes can release their enzymes onto them and break them up into cellular components, like those amino acids, those monomers I told you, glucose and stuff, which can then be used to make new organelles or be used in other chemical processes. So, lysosomes, they prevent you from starving. They break down macromolecules for you, break down used organelles, but they also break down invaders to your body. White blood cells are chock full of lysosomes, and this is because whenever they engulf those viruses and bacteria, lysosomes digest them and break them apart and get rid of any threat they have to your body. Without lysosomes, you would surely contract the cold or the flu or some other disease and die a horrible death. Lysosomes prevent you from dying of starvation and disease. They surely got your back. If you don't believe me, there's one more process I haven't talked about, which will surely convince you. I'm talking about autolysis. Cells, as they grow older, the telomeres get shorter, and the risk of mutation goes higher and higher. So, what should you do with all those old cells that are growing older and your risk of mutation goes up? Like you're getting a higher chance of getting cancer. Well, lysosomes will sacrifice themselves. They get themselves and break themselves apart and release all their enzymes inside of the cells. And by doing this, they prevent any chance of that cell mutating into cancer and they prevent you from dying. Lysosomes got your back, man. Think about how many lysosomes have sacrificed themselves so that only your one life could live. So let's talk about some smear campaigns. Smear campaigns, they aren't very good about lysosomes. Like lysosomes are just too good to be smeared against. Take this one for example. 532 ribosome. They say the ribosome on one picture. Hashtag garbage disposal. No, they meant this as an insult, but this is actually a compliment. Garbage disposal is such an important part in society and cells. Without garbage disposal, things like cholera outbreaks would occur. Like if you were living 200 years ago and contracted cholera because of improper waste disposal techniques, you wouldn't be saying the same thing. Waste disposal is so important. Chloroblast says, don't vote lysosomes. They'll break down our economy by recycling the good and disposing the bad. So this doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Cells don't have an economy, and disposing of the bad and recycling the good is an extremely good thing. This doesn't make any sense. So The extremely intellectually depraved arguments against lysosomes only further show how lysosomes are perfect and cannot be argued against. So lysosomes, they deserve your vote. They got your back, man.